Yeah, baby, say I'm back in my zone. Just what I need. All right, let's make sure this is working. Should be live. Ew, that camera quality is just trash. I think we're good though. Let some people roll in here. What's up, everyone? Steve, you made it. I'm happy. I think I skipped 2 weeks ago, but I had a stream last week on Sunday. What's up, Gabe? How you doing, man? Sure you guys know the big news I'm going to be talking about today if you guys are in the Discord. But man, we have a packed schedule this week. Like, look at these games. This really caught me off guard. Rasmus Anderson's back on the top power play unit, Tribe. I was looking into that too. I actually have the Calgary game up here right now. So I think his minutes are super reliant on like their power play. Like if they're on the power play for a lot, which I guess I didn't watch the game. Like I watched a little bit of it, but I guess they might have been on the power play quite a bit last game. So, but yeah, boys, Trevor Zegras, he's skating with Anaheim today. I read. I'd love to actually get some news up here on Twitter, but yeah, he got recalled. I'm definitely someone that likes sample size. Like I love to see if someone's, proven themselves over maybe a 10-game span. But I mean, this guy was really good in the AHL. He was really good at World Juniors. Like he seems like he's NHL ready. So I don't know. He could be a very, very sneaky play rest of season. And I think I was looking on ESPN, his ownership's only like 3%, so no one's touched him yet. But yeah, guys, like look at this center depth. Like, can you not just see him like slotted in maybe where Sam Steele is, and then they have Heinen and Silverberg have really good numbers together, so I could easily see him slotted in here right to the top 6. Definitely right into the top power play unit. Like that's what they need. I feel like I'm sure all of you guys know about the significant goal drought that Anaheim's in right now. Like they're not scoring goals at all. What's up, Jeff? Jax, good to see you here. Drop Dvorak. Yeah, I mean, Dvorak's good, but like he's heavily reliant on the power play points because his line is not good. His line is very poor defensively. They kind of get bullied a little bit, but this Arizona top line, like you guys are probably killing me for these videos. Like I've been raving over Connor Garland. He's going to be in my video tomorrow too. Like Connor Garland might be one of the most underrated players in hockey right now, guys. I'm not even joking you. I'll pull this up. Should I drop Nelson for him? For Zegras? Yeah, you probably can. Like, Steve, would you say Nelson's like your most expendable player? Because, like, again, we don't know anything. Zegras can be playing 10 minutes a night, so who knows? Should I drop Kopp or Puliarvi for Fiala? Jax, honestly, like, I saw Kopp's third line tonight, so, but Pierre-Luc Dubois, he's playing the wing. Who knows? What's up, Migs? What's going on, man? But yeah, Kopp's third line tonight, so this top 6 is really good, though. Like, scary. I think that that Winnipeg can easily trade a forward for like a defenseman. I think a team like Minnesota could use like a top line center, and they can definitely move on to their defenseman. Like this decor is so good, but who knows? Yeah, Fiala over Kopp, Jax. Man, Fiala is like he's also really good. He's just going to be in my video tomorrow, most likely. I've just been doing some digging on him, like. What we saw in the second half of last year from Fiala is like kind of what we're seeing right now from him. And I definitely want to emphasize that. Of course, he's the player that comes up, but just looking at these splits here, guys. So in 19 games after the All-Star break, he had 14 goals, 12 assists, 79 shots. 79 shots. So this is where I do my quick math here. I can't really do it in my head, but 4.1 shots per game. He was scoring a bunch. Like his shooting percentage was like extremely inflated, but I mean, it's not really extremely, but 17 is a little high for Fiala, but I do think that he's the player that I was trying to rave about before the season. But 73 shot attempts in 11 games. Like, that's a lot of shot attempts. He would be near the top right now. Kyrou back on top line, had a goal and 2 assists. Yeah, Kyrou's been solid. When he was in my waiver wire video, I actually like went to go pick him up in my leagues, and he was already owned by like a lot of people. Maybe I was a little late. Dahlin, Falk, Rasmus Anderson, which will get more points? Like for points, I would say Dahlin and Falk for me. I think Falk is really good too. Nelson or Arvidsson? Yeah, Steve. I would probably say Nelson over Arvidsson. It's close though, man. Like, that Nashville team is so bad. So bad. But I mean, he's top line if you want to consider it that, because like I feel like they're really bad offensively. But trade Connor for Stone. Yeah, you can do that. Like, Stone's gonna kill in the plus minus category. Like, there won't be many players that are gonna have more plus minus than Stone this season. Like, I think his plus minus is gonna be like extremely high. For forwards anyways, I think D typically lead the league in plus minus. Is Zook someone to keep an eye out for? Yeah, he is. He was on my radar yesterday for DraftKings because he was really cheap, but this top 6 is getting a lot better. Joel Eriksson Ek. So I was just going to pull this up here quickly, guys. Give me a second. This is where I do all my digging. So I know some of you guys like to cheat and answer my player of the day question by going on here, but pick up Stützle, probably a keeper. Yeah, if you're in a keeper league, Anthony, and like you have, like, it depends on how many keepers you have, but Stützle's a good keeper. And Zegras is too, if he's available. So this is on ice. This is on ice Corsi 4. So basically it means that when this player is on the ice, like, what is their team doing? And they obviously play a role. And like, look at Connor Garland, Kadri, Makar, Rantanen, McKinnon, Landeskog. So obviously the Colorado theme, which is no surprise. Connor Garland, he's ahead of McDavid. Even the goals for percentage, like, Nino's this was a huge surprise. And some of you guys asked me about Nino, but look at this. Man, Nino's been on the ice for 3 goals against. 3. That's crazy. I don't even know if Nino, like, does anyone know, is Nino like a really good defensive player? But yeah, look, when Nino's on the ice, look at the scoring chances. 174, 81 against. Unbelievable. Like, these are just little things that lines do that you could easily find positive regression from them. But Connor Garland is just, he's been a guy that's really, really caught my eye. But some of these minutes are a little low. But I think, yeah, Fiala is here for the high danger chances. Like, I think he's right up here. Or am I crazy? Oh, because he's hurt, so he doesn't have the minutes. I got it. I've had Fiala for 2 weeks, had Garland for a month, and Farabee for a month. I'm 2 steps ahead right now. Yeah, I love that, Ma. I don't like Farabee, though. I'm not a Farabee guy whatsoever. But, I mean, if you've held Fiala, like I held him in one of my leagues, it's going to pay off. I'm grabbing Fiala tonight. Can't wait. Yeah, man. I mean, don't get too like, don't be dropping players that you're drafting in like the 10th round or lower for Fiala. Like if you see his points compared to Malkin, and you're like, oh, Fiala looks better, keep Malkin. Trust me. And does he play? No way. Fiala has less than. Where is he? Oh, I gotta start up a high danger. 1 sec. Yeah, because Fiala had like, yeah, look at this high danger when Fiala's on the ice. 56-4, 21 against. Like, he has so many scoring chances when he's on the ice. Like, eventually he's going to start burying. And we've seen it the last couple of games with his goals. But if he can maintain this extremely high shot volume, like, it's going to come. So he's shooting at a crazy rate right now. McGinn or Mangiapane? Yeah, I want to talk about that with Mangiapane too. And I'll get into it right now. So he's back up, thank God, with Backlund and Tkachuk. So this line This line was one of my favorite lines last year for a while. This is the best line on Calgary last year. 3.26 expected goals for. They create so many chances. And they were going against like the McDavid line, which is a really tough matchup 5-on-5 for a lot of teams. So you can see here they had 8 scoring chances to 3. And this was last game they lost, but they absolutely worked them. And then if I go back to the game before against the Oilers, if my memory serves me correct, I'm pretty sure they also lit up the McDavid line again. So, but this just proves that McDavid's kind of matchup proof no matter who he's going against. But you can see here, so this is their first game back together this year. 5 scoring chances, 14 Corsi for. Like, they're causing problems. And I mentioned the schedule is hefty this week. Like, they got 2 games against Toronto, and then they have 2 games against Ottawa. So if you're looking for a player for this week, I think Mangiapane is a solid pickup this week. And he's power play 1. So with Monahan out, he got moved to power play 1. Look at that. So if you guys are looking for someone to stream this week, I think Mangiapane is up for a pretty big week. Even if he gives you, let's say, a goal and 2 assists, 2 on the power play, like that's enough to get you through the week for a harmless pickup off free agency. What do you guys think about Niederreiter? Yeah, I think Niederreiter's good. Like, he's good plus minus. That line is phenomenal. Like, that Niederreiter line has been dominating this year. And that's something you want to look out for. But this week, Carolina's kind of in a pickle. Like, they have 3 games against Tampa, then they face off against Florida. But I mean, Tampa hasn't been as good as we've seen them. Hopefully Panera and Zib are on the same line will help Zib's production. Yeah, I don't know if they played together last year, but I know a lot of Zib's production came on the power play last year. But I do want to mention, guys, like, so I know I'm the biggest advocate for Zib, and like you guys harp on me about it, but I held on to Zib last year for the entire season. He was out for like 25 games last year, and he ended up winning me my entire fantasy pool because he had like 20 goals in the second half. So, I mean, if he's someone that we've seen time and time again that can be streaky, I think it's worth it to, hold on to him. But yeah, it looks like Zib doesn't. He played with Panera and Booch last year. They weren't very good, but he's very good defensively. So, should I try and look to move Bjorkstrand? Also, should I pick up Monahan or Voracek? I pick up Monahan. Yeah, you can look to move Bjorkstrand. It made me so sad that Laine came over and has kind of stole his spotlight. But yeah, his minutes have gone down. He was hot to start the season too, Bjorkstrand. But yeah, like they just shift those lines. Like Torts changes the lines every 2 minutes, it feels like. So it's kind of hard. Landeskog on third line. Yeah, I think he was dealing with some injury, but he'll be back up on the top line. They always do it. Do you think, Schmaltz or Keller? Schmaltz for me. But I mean, Tribe, it's kind of like hand in hand, right? It's 50-50. Do you think Grubauer, Kaprizov, and Farabee for Kucherov is a good trade? So Humble, that's only a good trade if Kucherov is a keeper. But he's not playing this year, from what we know, unless there's news on him playing. But regardless, I would probably keep your 3 guys. Drop Tuck and Kempe for Iafallo and Nichas. Yeah, you can drop. I actually like Tuck, but you can definitely drop Kempe for one of the 2. I'd probably say Iafallo, just because Nichas is power play too. Yeah, I know Farabee's so good lately, and yeah, grab Fiala like a day or 2 before he comes off IR. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I just stashed him on my IR. That's all I did when he was out with COVID. I'm dropping Kaprizov for Fiala. I think it's worth it. Yeah, that's fine. I like Kaprizov still. Eriksson Ek worth adding. First line, first PP. Yeah, I really, really like Eriksson Ek too, guys. And I'll pull his stats up here quickly. I remember he was so good with Team Sweden, like World Juniors. But yeah, like he hits. His plus minus is really, 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 really good. Like his goals for percentage, and I'll pull it up here. I just saw him at the top, but he's at like 70%. There's a bunch of outlier players here too, guys. Just keep that in mind. But Eriksson Ek, he's on 17 goals for, 7 against. Like his plus minus is really good this year. Top line. He's playing with Fiala too. He has really good numbers with Greenway in his career. And then they just moved Fiala up there, who we all know is a really high volume shooter. So like two solid two-way players playing with a sniper, I think that's a solid combination. But they don't have much minutes together. But in the 3 games, 4.29 expected goals. It's going to come down as the sample increases, but positive signs. Like this line had a 2.9 expected goals with Marcus Foligno there, who's a grinder, doesn't really score goals, and now they add like this solid right winger. I think this line's going to be really good, like a really underrated line. Let's go first line, Mangiapane. Yeah, my boy. FP Don likes him a lot too. Artemi Panarin for Tavares. I would hold Panarin. Panarin will get Zib back to his production. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, he needs to get going, man. Like I don't know how many of you guys are in the Discord. I recognize a few of you guys. But when Zib scored, like the whole Discord just went off, and I was saying that I'm gonna be wearing my Zib jersey. You can see it right here, and I was like, I'm gonna wear it for good luck, and end up scoring an empty netter. So I'm gonna have to rock it every game they play. Nino over Turbo. I would hold Teravainen personally. Vanacek, Peterson, Mike Smith, or Kakinen. Probably Kakinen for me. I think Vanacek's really bad. Suzuki goal. Good to hear. I don't know if I took him tonight in my DraftKings Ray. I know that's why you were a little hyped up about it. Oh, it looks like I'm in first place, tied with like 10 people. Yeah, just a favorable matchup for Montreal. Like Ottawa's been just bad. OEL, Gudis, Graves, Heiskanen, pick up 1. Heiskanen, if anyone. I don't like Graves. I don't think Gudis is there for the hits, I guess. Is Nick Leddy worth a look? No, I would say probably not. Like he's more of a deep league player. I was just looking at the Islanders. I actually have it up here. Getting a lot of credibility with this. But Dobson's still top power play, and that's kind of what you're hoping for with Leddy. It's just the power play minutes, but looks like Dobson's still with the top unit. Oh, I'm completely wrong about this. Actually, the top unit's below here. So it looks like yeah, Leddy is skating with the top power play unit. Yeah, he's worth a look if he's there. I think Dobson's a drop at this point. Yeah, like he's way down there. Thoughts on Larkin, man? I'm holding Larkin, Martin. I think Larkin's really good. Just the Wings are just such a bad team. Like I feel so bad for that guy. I feel like that's the same situation that Eichel's been in for the last like 3 years. Would you pick up Nino over Turbo? Also, would you hold the third goalie Halak or pick up Fiala? So Gabriel, it really depends on your score rate in your league. Like if goalies are valued high, like let's say a win is 7 points, then I mean you're probably better off holding the goaltender. But I mean Halak is gonna play. I think I have him at a 40% start share this season. We have our goalie projections here. Where's start percentage? Now I gotta find Halak somewhere in here. Halak is at a 35% start percentage. So yeah, like I mean, it kind of depends on your needs. Like I have a Halak in one league, but it's a lot deeper, so I'm kind of able to hold a backup goalie. But I mean, you could definitely drop Halak and pick up Fiala. Should I drop Hudobin for Drieger? That's close. And they face off this week too. I think Dallas is the better team, but I mean, if you want to ride the hot hand, I would probably stick with Drieger. And like Jake Ottinger has been actually a surprise for Dallas. I think Dallas is just really good defensively and like make goalies look good. And that's kind of the theme that we saw in the Islanders, where like Thomas Greiss was this like elite goaltender. And then obviously on the Red Wings, he's not an elite goaltender. So my decor is Chikrin, Ekblad, Sergachev, Provorov, Anderson, Gerard, Tays, Hronek available. Man, like Provorov's such a bad fantasy defenseman, but I mean, I would still keep him over all those defensemen. I like Serg. Serg's fine too. I really, really, really like Chikrin. Man, I think like these Arizona players get so overlooked, I find. And I know a lot of the guys in the FP crew, especially Don, like we were really, really high on Chychrun last year. And then I don't know what happened. Like we kind of just like faded away. Like there were other options, but man, Chychrun's at 100 shot attempts, 23 minutes. He's blocking, he's hitting, he's playing on the top power play. Like he's just been really strong this year. I think he's really shaping into the defenseman they thought they were going to get out of him, 16th overall. So I know he was like a really hyped up prospect. In my league, Zib got traded for Comtois. No, Steve, that just can't be happening. Like someone, you guys need to veto that trade or something. I don't know. Is Cam Talbot worth a pickup from free agency as he will come back in the next days? Yeah, let me look into this. Do we have any word on his return? But yeah, Talbot's an own in most leagues. Like he's the starting goaltender on a really good defensive team. So, or on the ice in Anaheim for practice. Yeah, I think Talbot's definitely an own. Like if he's available in any of your guys' leagues and you're looking for a goaltender, like say you have Halak, for example, like Talbot should be owned over Halak, 100%. Thoughts on Palmieri? Yeah, I really like Palmieri. I held him in 2 of my leagues, and I'll even pull my leagues up here for you guys. I'm kind of struggling in both of them right now, but I also have Zib as a keeper. So, but I've been bouncing back. Yeah, I held on to Palmieri for quite a while here. He was struggling to start the season, but from what I can remember, he had like a really good expected goals and no goals to show for it at some point, but. Palmieri's a guy that like has had numerous 20-goal seasons. So, I mean, I would hold Palmieri. If he's available, I would look to pick him up for sure. Top line, top power play. Heischer's back now, so that's only going to make their offense better. I guess his individual expected goals probably won't be up here because his minutes. There's Nino, boys. Look at that. Connor Garland. Up here as well. Eriksson Ek. I dropped Reimer to pick up Drieger. Good move or bad move? I would say that's like 50-50. It's like the Garland, or sorry, the Schmaltz-Keller question where I think they're both great goaltenders to have on your team. Thoughts on picking Zegras? I like Zegras. We should call him that now. But yeah, in a 12-team league, probably pick up Zegras. Depends on how big your rosters are, but I mean, if you can get rid of someone that's like meh on your team, like someone that you know is expendable, like say for example you're holding like Nils Höglander or Colin White, like you can just drop them. Pick up Kuznetsov or Larson. Is it Adam Larson? Is your league prioritize blocks, Dayton? Trade Trocheck soon or hold? I would hold Trocheck, absolutely. I think Trocheck's like elite, and he's going to be in my video tomorrow. So what to do with Trocheck? Yeah, just hold, guys. I mean, where is it? I don't have Hockey Reference up here anymore. Come on, Mike. So there's a couple things I want to point out with Trocheck. So you guys are kind of getting the early view on this because it's going to be in my video tomorrow, but so Trocheck was really, really good in 2017 with the Panthers. 31 goals, 75 points, 27 power play points, almost 300 shots. So he had a really brutal injury, and I'm not good with injuries, so I'm not going to watch the video. But he had a terrible injury, had surgery, and then, had a lull period in here. And then, he's coming out the gate, attempting a lot of shots again, playing a lot of minutes on the top power play unit. Has a really good line. I think Trocheck is definitely a hold for the entirety of the season. Zibanejad going to pop off soon, or should I trade him? I'm holding him. You won't really get any value if you trade Zib right now. Hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. It takes 2 seconds, just helps us out. If any of you aren't subscribed, feel free to subscribe, hit that button. Gets the algorithm a little bit better, get more people in here. Picked up Zib from waivers. Like, what is happening? Talbot or Blackwood as third goalie? I would say Talbot. More likely to get wins. Chandler Stevenson was just dropped to my points league. Worth an ad. I'd be dropping Mantha or Foligno. Yeah, you can drop Foligno for Stevenson. I like Stevenson. He was like an honorable mention in my waiver wire video this week. Got rid of Nichas for Zegras. Yeah, I mean, like Zegras isn't a for sure thing, guys. Just want to let you know that. Like, I mean, if he has 20 games and he doesn't get a point, I don't want to be blamed for it. I'm just trying to, get in early. I do think he's going to be a really elite hockey player at some point in his career. But again, don't be dropping some of your like good players for him. Adam Larson. Yeah, if your league has blocks, you can pick up Larson. He's been like a machine this year with that. Larkin will be fine as soon as Blashill stops playing Darren Helm in his line. Man, Blashill will put like Matthias Bromy or whatever. Brome, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Like such a random player. And then like Taro Heroes with him. And then sticks Mantha with like Luke Glendenny. It just doesn't make any sense. But if he can continue to play with Mantha, like they have really good numbers. Bertuzzi should be back soon. And then they got that big line again. But I think Bertuzzi is very close to being back. And they're definitely missing Nemesnikov. Trudeau, 4 to 6 weeks. But my league benefits players who get shots, blocks, and shot blocks and shots. What to do with them? Yeah, bro, if you can probably just toss him on your IR and then pick up like Keandre Miller, who's someone I like as a filler for a league like yours. Wow, this was the line last game, guys? Really? I want to look more into that. Oops. Kyrou or Palmieri, shots, hits, blocks. Like Palmieri for me. Kyrou just isn't proven enough. I dropped Foligno for Stevenson. Yep. Pick one. Rust, JVR, Nino. Rust for me. Mike, it's all your fault if Zegras fails. Yeah, I'll take the blame. I'm going to fall on my shoulders. I'm going to hear it in the Discord. I'm just curious to how this line was 5-on-5. Yeah, they're still kind of bad. But, I mean, the sample's small. I wonder who they even faced off against. Yeah, this Ovechkin line got pummeled last game. Look at this. 17 Corsi against. 9 scoring chances. Just brutal. Their third line is literally their best line. Drop Dvorak for Palat. Yep, absolutely. Palat should be owned in everyone's league. He's first line and first power play. I have Grubauer, Leonard, and Smith. Someone drop Merzlikins. Could I move a skater for him? Is it even worth it? You can drop Mike Smith for him. Mike Smith is just not good. Should I drop Shen or Couture for Larkin? Shen if you want to drop someone for him. Trade Line for Stone. Yeah, like Jax, if you can do that, like that's crazy. Should I drop Puljujärvi? He doesn't get enough minutes. I think Puljujärvi is an own in all leagues, guys. It's gonna come for him. I'll show you. The minutes aren't there, but like they also have to transition him like to the NHL level. So he's going to start playing more down the stretch. Look at this. 3.7. 3.7 expected goals. Sorry. Oops. Where are they? Aren't they 100 minutes? Yeah, look at this. Number 2. They actually are technically number 1 for lines that are currently together because this line's not together. This line's not together. This line is also not together. 3.7, like they're gonna start burying. It's so easy for him sometimes playing with Connor, and we saw like Zach Cassian score 15 goals with McDavid. So, definitely hold. In my opinion, anyways. Batherson goal doesn't affect me. That third line has been not bad. If you guys are subscribed to our Patreon, we have our DraftKings projections. I'll pull it up here. It's kind of easier for me to look at for tonight, but so with the Senators here, this third line is terrible defensively. I mean, the sample's small, 48 minutes, but the 3.35 expected goals for is really good. So don't mind that at all. That line. Oh yeah, and you can see Puljujärvi here with the expected goals. Like he's right near the top. And he hits too. Palmieri or William Nylander? Probably Willie Nylander for me. That's really close. But apparently Nylander might be getting traded. So I don't know. I really think Mantha might get moved from the Wings, and I honestly think he's a really good fit in Toronto if he were to get moved for like Willie Nylander straight up. I think that's a pretty good trade for both sides. Thoughts on Brockman getting in a 12-team points league? He's playing top line with Aho and has been killing as of late. Yeah, you can pick McGinn up, but he's more of a stream option. You're kind of just watching and monitoring him because I think if they start to struggle at all, like he's the first person to get moved off that line. So that's kind of what you want to do with him. And especially with Teravainen. Like I know that's Svechnikov, Teravainen, Aho line were together last year. But I think the big problem with that line is they're all left-handed. And I don't know, that doesn't really bode over well for some lines. But I mean, you're in the NHL, so I mean, you should be able to play your off wing. Should I drop Reimer for Korpisalo? No, I keep Reimer. Merzlikins suffered an injury again. Careful. News drop today. Yeah, I'll look into that. I really appreciate that, Lewis. I love when you guys like correct me on some stuff. Just means everyone's up to date. Yeah, Merzlikins injury. Let's see. Suffered upper body last night. Evaluated. Listed as week to week. Yeah. Don't. I mean, that kind of just makes room for Korpisalo to be picked up if he's available because he's going to be getting all the starts now. I have no idea who fills in because Merzlikins was kind of like a random goaltender out of nowhere. Like a Lankinen is a good example of a comparable player. So maybe Columbus has another random goalie in their pipeline that's going to come in and be really good. Who knows? Okay, I'd rather have Talbot over Blackwood but next week New Jersey plays 2 off nights from my other goalies. That would max out my starts. So yeah, let me see the matchups here. Yeah, like, I mean, other than Colorado, Minnesota has 3 favorable matchups this week. And then Blackwood, again, like, yeah, he has 2 favorable matchups. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's sick if you can hold them, Badner. Because I would start Talbot. I wouldn't start Talbot against Colorado, personally. But I know I've been burned saying don't start Gibson, and he drops a shutout, and I've been taking some heat from that. But yeah, you can fill it starts for the entire week for 2 goalies. Can Joe get hurt again? Man, I need to see Hyman on that top line. Like, Jumbo Joe just stresses me out too much. Drop Puljujärvi for Pius Suter or Eriksson Ek since I added Fiala. Yeah, you can drop him for Eriksson Ek. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Is it worth dropping Nick Suzuki for Fiala? Matt, what's your league like? Like, does your league value shots, face-off wins? And I could drop, I would drop Bjorkstrand and Jax before I drop Puljujärvi personally. Should I get Smith? What's Smith, Nolan? Sorry. Love the content. Keep it up. Predictions for the Bruins game. Appreciate the kind words. Bruins game, I think it's going to be 4-1 Boston. And I think Pasternak's going to put on a show tonight. A little bit of a bias because I do have them in my DraftKings, but I think Boston's going to, I mean, they always play well, but I definitely like them tonight. 4-1 is my prediction. What's your prediction? What do you think of Zegras getting called up? Yeah, he's an own right now. I don't want to talk too highly of him, but I mean, he's probably the most promising prospect in the NHL right now. So, and there's a lot of room for him on the team. Mike Smith? No, I wouldn't. It's a points league, so mainly goals and assists. No, I would. It's close. I would still hold on to Suzuki personally. Matt, is there anyone else you could drop for him? Thoughts on Kerfoot? Yeah, no interest in Kerfoot, to be honest. He's just not he's not a really good player. And he's similar to some of the players I mentioned earlier where, like, if anyone gets moved off a line, it's going to be him. So he was way better in Colorado than he was in Toronto. But I feel like that's the theme with everyone that comes to Toronto. Man, I wonder if Matthews can maintain this goal pace right now. This is crazy to see. So I can show you guys. And I was going to tweet it today, but I think the tweet was going to be a little bit like confusing to understand. I think it'd be a little bit easier to explain it here, but Okay, it's forward. This is our old projection. So, okay, so this I'm going to explain it to you guys. So we have, when we do our projections, we did a 2-year analysis. And I think that was a fair enough sample size to be able to identify players. And so Matthews in his last 138 games played 2,700 minutes. Okay. And he scored 84 goals in those minutes. So that means he scores a goal every 32 minutes on the ice, approximately. So based on his time on ice this season, he's up about 22 now. He's pretty close to that pace where he can potentially be a goal per game player like in his career. And I think Keefe has a big role in that because he is playing him so much more than Babcock. Like when he was under Babcock, I think Matthews even had games where he would play like 14 minutes. Like he's your top guy. He's not playing 14 minutes a night. But under Keefe now, it's pretty crazy to see. Like, yeah, 14, 15, 15, 16. Like this, there should not be this many 16-minute games. So let's keep this in mind, guys. So how many times over 20? It's going to be too hard to count. So 18 times over 20. And then you look this season. And he's already been over 20 15 times. 15 of their 18 games have been over 20 minutes. So definitely a lot better with Keefe. He's playing so many more minutes. His shots are just crazy some games. Yeah, he might be the next generational scorer in this league. Pretty crazy. I know one of the FP guys has a bet on him winning the Rocket Richard, but it paid out like 5-1. Still not bad. Zegras has been training with Steele and Silverberg. Yeah, my guess was he was going to fill into that second line. I think that was the best place for him to move up into. But I really like Heinen too. I'm thinking 4-2 Bruins, 2 goals for Pasta tonight. Vinay, who's your like random Boston Bruin goal? I'm gonna say John Moore is gonna score tonight. Do you have a random Bruin that you think's gonna score tonight? Who are some of the best center waiver options? I mean, I would need to know who's available on your waivers, but just kind of at the top of my head, like Jordan Stahl, Nick Schmaltz, Zegras is probably an own right now. Nico Hischier might be available in your league. Joel Eriksson Ek. Hopefully those help. Chandler Stevenson is another guy. Let me know if any of those are available. Should I drop Allmark for Talbot? You should, yes. Mantha or Hyman? Hyman left the game injured last night too, so Mantha for me. Have a choice to pick up Rask or Binnington in a trade. Who would be a better option? Binnington for me. It's close. It's really close. Let me see what I have here for my goalies. I updated these goalie projections recently. Yeah, so we have Binnington as number 2 this year. So yeah, Binnington for me. But it's really, really, really close. Like Michael, if he says, I don't want to do Binnington and I'd rather do Rask, like don't blink an eye. It's the same thing. Farabee thoughts, top line, top power play. Yeah, it's just for now, guys. I mean, you can pick up Farabee for this week, but look at these injuries. Frost, Giroux, Voracek, Konechny, Braun, Lawton, Lindblom. These are all starting players. So, yeah, Farabee might get some interest because of these injuries, but I don't think Farabee is a hold in any league. Would you drop Hischier for Zegras points league? Michael, would you say Hischier's your most expendable player on your team? Like someone where you're kind of like, yeah, I don't feel too good about him. Because, I mean, this line is good, and they have been looking pretty good, the Devils. Would you drop... Oh, sorry. Is Wenberg a good pickup? Wienberg? No, I wouldn't pick him up. I don't like Wenberg at all. Devin Tays or Chikrin? Chikrin by quite a bit for me. I think Chikrin actually is like... could end the season in some leagues as a top 10 defenseman. Eriksson Ek, Hischier, or Schmaltz? So, Greenies, what's the scoring like in your league? Like, are goals more of a priority? Are assists more of a priority? Like, how does the scoring work? You guys have blocks? You guys have plus minus? Definitely, like, break this down with you to see who would be the best option. So 1-1 in this game right now. Heischer, I just added today. Most expendable so far, him or Schmaltz. Yeah, you can drop Heischer and take a chance on Zegras if you want to, Michael. His ownership is really low. And I'm sure if you're looking at your phone right now in the league, he should be under 5%. It's going to be high right now, though. Yeah, it's 3%. I just picked him up in my keeper league, but oh god, these injuries. What's happening? I have 2 guys day to day. Yeah, I just picked up Fiala, Hoffman. Hoffman was on free agency, guys. Like, can you just take that in? Doesn't make any sense. He was drafted 90th overall in my league. Where is he? Where is he? Hoffman. He was drafted 95th, and he dropped him. Like, I don't get that. You drop someone 10th round, he's staying on your team. Rasmus Anderson, Jonas Brodin, Spurgeon, or Nick Leddy. What's your league like, Nathan? I really like Brodin. Need a forward for next week. Any recommendations? All Cats, Bangers League. Is Joel Eriksson Ek available, MB? I like him for next week, especially in a Bangers League, too. Dumba, Muzzin, or Delzato? Definitely not Delzato. I would say Dumba, then Muzzin, then Delzato. Shots, blocks, hits, plus, minus league. Yeah, I would say Eriksson Ek, Greenies. Out of those guys. Fiala or Jack Hughes? Fiala for me. It's close, though. John Moore scoring tonight would be jokes. I'd say Studnicka. Studnicka's back? I would say that's pretty good. Yeah, third line. That's a good pick. John Moore. I'm calling it John Moore goal tonight. Or the killer, Kevin Miller. Best number 86 in the league, Kevin Miller. Get out of here. He's your 63. Get out of here, Kucherov, number 86. Kevin Miller is the best 86 in this league. Let me confirm that Kucherov's 86. Okay, he is. Giroux or Forsberg? Forsberg for me. I don't like Giroux. Why not Delzato? Delzato just doesn't do enough for me. Why am I overlooking him, Luis? Am I overlooking Delzato? I don't think he has power play time. Man, maybe I'm crazy. Oh man, he's been hitting and blocking a ton and shooting. See, I guess a lot of it just depends on your league, guys. Like, it's hard for me to know, like, what kind of league you're playing in. Fiala, Eriksson Ek, oh, never mind. Fiala, Eriksson Ek, and Kaprizov are all free agents in my league and are expendable. GPG, Halak. What should you do? Yeah, you can drop Pajot. You can drop Pajot for Fiala. You can drop Halak for Ek. Yeah, that's fine. Delzato has been good in Cats leagues for plus minus and hits. Yeah, he has been. Man, he only plays 17 minutes a night. But, he's up at 20 the last couple games. Oh, because Werenski's out. Yeah, that's fine. Also, Atkinson. I would say Fiala, Ek, and then Atkinson in that order for rankings. Landeskog or Couturier? Probably Landeskog for me. It's close, though. Halak or Reimer? Halak just doesn't start enough for me. Like, Reimer's going to have like a 70% start share. Yeah, Lewis, yeah, man, if you... seems like you did your research enough to know that he fills in some of the categories. I didn't know he... And I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys. Like, there's a lot of players in this league, so it's kind of hard for me to keep up with everyone. But he is someone I've completely overlooked. Yeah, his shot volume's solid. Blocks are there. Hits are there. How many games does he have this week? Yeah, they have really good matchups this week too, Columbus. Really good matchups. So if Korpisalo is available, guys, I would probably pick him up. I think Nashville's such a bad team, like such an easy team to play against. What are your thoughts on the ice melting in Lake Tahoe? I mean, they should have had that under control. Like, you got, like, when you're doing something like that, you have to have worst case scenario, like, in your head. Like, what happens if the sun shines? Do we have a cover for the rink? Is the ice able to sustain, the sun? But I think the highlight of that was the guy on the Sea-Doo, number 19, wearing the number 19 Stoner jersey. I don't know how many of you guys are Spittin' Chicklets fans, but I know there was a story about Kirby Dach being asked by Steve Yzerman if he's ever smoked weed before. And there was a couple jokes being made because someone was wearing a Wings jersey, number 19, with Stoner on the back. So kind of fit the theme. And honestly, Gudas, pick him up if you need hits. Yeah, is Gudas just a hit machine this year? Yo, are any of you guys in like face-off leagues, like where face-offs count? 84 hits? What? Bro, like this guy is just a maniac. Picture this guy at like 22 minutes of ice time. You've got an answer. You have an awesome insight on what you know. You're my favorite source of info, but I always like to do research by myself. Yeah, I love that. I really appreciate the kind words. You should definitely hop in our Discord. There's a lot of questions that happen in there that are unanswered by a lot of people. Like, we have a couple moderators. I know a channel is in here. He's really good with answering questions, but definitely would like all of you to join the Discord, guys. Like, there's a lot going on here all the time. Like, it's bumping most of the time. Lots of questions being asked. I mean, you guys can share your knowledge with people. Other people share their knowledge with you. We're all in there to help you guys out as well. So, what are your thoughts on Backstrom and Hornquist? I did not think Hornquist would be... So, I think that Florida... And this might be a hot take. This might trigger some of you guys, but I'm staying true to my word right now, and I might get roasted for it, but I think Florida is extremely overrated right now. Like really, really overrated. So Huberdeau's shooting percentage right now is at 33%. He's barely shooting the puck. His minutes are down by 2 minutes this season. And he's having the best season of his career. It just, the stars just don't align there for me at all. And I don't know what it is with this team. But I mean, my theory, and I've taken heat from this because they have played Tampa, but like, come on, they have some weak opponents. Like, they've played Chicago twice. They've played Detroit 6 times this season. Detroit, 6 times. Nashville twice. And then their only hard matchups have been Tampa 3 times and Carolina once. But the Tampa game was with Cirelli, Kucherov, and Stamkos all out, which is like missing Barkov, Huberdeau, and Ekblad. So I think Tampa is way, way overrated. But I know I went on a little tangent there, but if you see this Florida team come back to life and they don't make the playoffs, you heard it here first. I think they're way too overrated. So the Discord should be in the description. If you want to click the link tree, sorry, I'm just going to get YouTube up on my other monitor here quickly. Oops. There should be, so if you click the link tree, it should link you, and you'll be able to find the Discord link there. But yeah, definitely join. Oh, sorry. Jason, I kind of went off your question, but that kind of answers the Hornquist side. We'll look into Backstrom. Let me take a sip of this water quickly, though. So much talking, like, just kills me sometimes. So for Backstrom, in terms of, like, sustainability, I think it's possible. I don't think, like, he'll be well over a point per game. Like, he might not finish with 70 and 56, but if he finished with, like, 55 and 56, it would come to no surprise. He's, like, a noted point getter. His shooting percentage is inflated, so that's going to come down, but I mean, you can always expect the assists to be there. So in terms of coming back down to life, I say yes. The production slows down a little bit more, but he's definitely someone that has sustained like high point totals his entire career. So keep Bobrovsky or look to trade him. I would look to trade him. I hate Bobrovsky. He's such a bad goaltender. I need McAvoy and Provorov to do good tonight and win my week. What do you think? I love McAvoy. I don't like Provorov, but I think McAvoy has a good chance to be good tonight. Backstrom went a dirty little apple today on the power play. Yeah, he makes dirty plays. He's sick. He's such a like an elite playmaker. Like what a gem Washington got. Like they got this like 10 out of 10 playmaker. So when was the OV draft? Was it 05? So Backstrom was 06. Was OV 05? Oh, 04. So think about it, they drafted like probably the best, besides Matthews right now, but probably the best goal scorer we'll ever watch in our generation. And then they get this phenomenal playmaker 4th overall 2 years later to complement this elite goal scorer. And they've been like side by side their entire career, like crazy. What nationality is that? Really? Did anyone know that Olaf Kolzig was from South Africa? Did anyone know that? Hoffman just got dropped for some reason. Do I drop Rust? No, I keep Rust over him. Is Dahlin, Pulak, Eric Carlson, and Fox a solid decor? Yep. A couple underperformers there, though, this year. That's the only depressing part about it. Yo, man, Pro V is my boy. Don't knock him. I love that. Defending your home turf. I respect it. I respect it. Badner, are you Calabrese? Kind of an obvious answer, but definitely curious to what you say. Backstrom is one of the most underrated. Yeah, super underrated. What's up, Fortnite? Good to see you here. I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while. Andrew Copworth looking at Holden anymore? No, I think Cobb's probably a drop at this point. He's on 3rd line now. 2005 was Crosby. Okay. So OV, Crosby, and then Backstrom. Those are some crazy drafts, guys. Crazy. Okay, but I have a theory on the best draft of all time. Also, yeah, Badner, I'm also half Calabrese, so it's in the blood to be defensive. I get it. Calabria, baby. We got like the meanness in us. I remember someone told me a quote like, "Don't ever trust the Calabrese." But I mean, I have to trust him if I am one, right? Man, Prov, I feel like that he's not good in a points league. Yeah, he's not good in a points league. What's up, Bio? Happy to see you here. Do you think Dubois will end up on the top power play? I do think he will be there. But maybe they'll go the Toronto route and just split up the power plays, which is something I wouldn't be surprised about because, I mean, they have Pionk there, Ehlers too. Like they could easily, like their second power play can easily be power play 1. Do you think? Oh, sorry. I like Dahlin and Fox. Not very high on Pulak. I like Pulak for the hits, but oh no, the Italian words are coming out. Man, I'm half Calabrese, but my Italian is limited. Like I'm full Italian. My grandma speaks full Italian. My mom can speak fluent Italian. I'm just nothing. I just eat all the food. That's all I do. I can give them advice on hockey. That's about it. Fiala's a monster. Yeah, he is. I don't know. I don't think I'm allowed to show clips on here, but if you guys have the time, go watch Fiala's 2019 highlights, and you will see the player that he actually is. Like, I don't think I'm allowed to show clips on this channel. Like, I think it's copyright technically. I didn't see the goals last night. Were they nice? You guys see them? Oh my god, you guys see that? Look at this line. This is the line, boys. Ek. The penalty box sends it ahead for Fiala. Ek, Fiala, Greenway. Jeez, that is filthy. Yeah, Kevin Fiala's streaky too, so he can get some points fast. This one's like the laggiest video I've ever seen. Jeez. Poor Gibson just getting exposed. What's up, Bio? I'm so happy Fiala's starting to catch fire. Me too. Fortnite, you've been in my streams since like my first ever one, and I remember we talked about Fiala a few times, so I know you've been on him just as long as I've been on him, so love that. Do you think Ehlers will keep up this production? I don't think he'll be over a point per game, but Fiala's been like a pretty good goal scorer for his entire career. So, but I don't think he'll maintain over a point per game this season. And his shooting percentage is a little high, but he's attempting a ton of shots. It's just hard. Like, not many players are over a point per game that only play like 17 minutes a night. Like, I feel like you have to be close to the 20-minute mark, personally. You guys know minutes are everything. Corpusalo over Bob. Yep, for sure. Poor Gibson. Get him out of Anaheim. So, where do you guys think Gibson's the best? Like, what team is the best suitor for Gibson? Let's assume the team makes room for his salary and that he's attainable. Where do you think Gibson's the best suitor? I'm just curious to what you guys think. But I have two teams in mind, which I'm assuming they're going to be named, where I think Gibson would be like a stud. Everyone over Bob. Yeah, no, Bob is just not a goalie I'm ever interested in, ever. Dougie or Tavares? Depends on your needs. So if you need a defenseman to get you shots, or if you need a forward, it's hard trading a D for a forward because it honestly depends on your D-core and your offense and who fills in. Buffalo is an interesting one for Fortnite. That was not one of the teams I was thinking, but I think Buffalo is a really interesting team to see him there. I feel like Gibson and Buffalo would be what gets them over the hump a little bit, but I think they need more than that. Bring back the Anderson-Gibson duo. Come on. Oh, and a channel. Ding, 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 ding. Imagine Gibson in Carolina with how good that team is. Like, if he was in Carolina, they are a cup contending team. Like, no doubt in my mind. So if I trade Provorov, who would you choose? Chychrun, Serg, Falk, Morrissey, Anderson, Dumba. Chychrun or Falk. Whoever, like if they're able to move either of those guys. Chychrun first and then Falk second. Thoughts on Neil Pionk? I like Pionk. I just wish he was on the top power play. But now that they have more threats in Winnipeg, I think it actually adds to Pionk's outlook for the rest of the season. Barry is a horse. Barry has really turned his game around this year, and I'm so happy for him. I like Barry a lot. Poor guy, like, he probably wanted to stay so bad in Colorado and just had no say and just got moved to, like, you have to feel for the guy. Like, he gets moved to Toronto, which is the hardest market to play in, and then you're under Babcock's coaching, who was only playing him like 18 minutes a night, which was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And then this poor guy loses all of his confidence. He's getting bashed on the media because Kadri was lighting it up in Colorado. Like, you got to feel for that guy. And you have to be happy for him having success this season. What's up, Megadon? Buffalo 5 games this week. Yeah, there's not many streamers on Buffalo. Like, Reinhardt maybe is someone you could pick up for the week. But would you rather have Dumba or Spurgeon? Dumba for me. Gibson and Edmonton, good chance at the Cup. Yeah, Edmonton was the second team. That would be sick. Because Gibson's already used to not having defense, but now he's on a team where he still doesn't have good defense, but he has sick offense. Because all Edmonton needs to do is like limit the goals. Like, if they score 3 or less goals a game, if they have 3 or less goals against per game, they're going to be winning every night. So, and we saw it last night with Connor. Like, he just does whatever he wants. Oh my God, Gibson in Carolina. Dude, Gibson in Carolina would be so sick. So sick. Like, they should just give up, like, Jake Bean, I think is one of their, like, pretty high prospects. And then, I don't know, maybe one of their forwards, maybe, like, Warren Fogle. I don't even think that's enough. Maybe a first. Carolina destroyed T-Bay last game. They were awesome. Yeah, they're really good. What's up, Gavin? What's going on, man? How you doing? Should I trade Klingberg or keep? It just depends on what you can get back from Dayton, but I would keep Klingberg. I like him. Mika or Marchand? Marchand for me. I am a Mika fan, but I think Marchand is elite, especially with Boston healthy. I traded Chikrin for Letang yesterday. Thoughts? I think that's a fair trade. It's even both sides. Should I drop Garland or Ehlers for Brady to Chuck in a points league? Wow. If you need to drop one, Garland, but I would keep both in a points league. If there's hits, dude, that name is hilarious too. Bros before Ahos, come on. I know you're talking about Sebastian Aho, like the better one on the Islanders, the better Sebastian Aho. Is Pionka sell high? Why has Pionk been that good this season, guys? Or am I just crazy? I guess he's good for Cats. Dude, he has 14 points. Bro, I did not know that. No, I don't think Pionk's a sell high at all. He was a really, really highly touted prospect on New York. And he's due for a breakout. Like, it's so hard to trade players in that Canadian division because we all know how this division's going. And now that he has more help up front with Dubois there, I think Pionk's a hold. How do I join your fantasy Discord? Yeah, guys, if anyone's interested in how to join the Discord, just hop over. It's in the description. Click the Linktree link, and the Discord should be right there. You click it, should be able to join. But yeah, definitely join the Discord. Like, see, we're having some questions here about trades. And then, people answer. Anyone else banking on Pasternak having a massive game? So yeah, everything's available there. We have 43 you guys in here. How many likes are we at? 26. So if you're just joining in and you haven't left a like yet, feel free to do so. It just helps me out. Just a little thing you can do to help me out. Get more people in here. Spread the fantasy love with everybody. Zib finally tucked one. Yeah, it was. It's been a meme in the Discord. You can see my Zib jersey right here. And I was wearing it yesterday in hopes he scored, but it was an empty net shorthanded goal. Doesn't get any greasier than that. But man, hey, what you got to do? Do I start Zegras or Verhaeghe? I have a really easy opponent this week. Oh, so is your week? Is your fantasy weekly, Frazier? For me, it would have to be Verhaeghe. It's just because we don't know. It's just too big of a question mark with Zegras this week, right? And they only have 3 games, and Florida has 4, but Florida's tough matchup this week. If you're feeling risky for like Zegras, I guess, but I think Verhaeghe's the safer play, Fraser, sorry. I think you're dropping Cop. Who would you recommend? Who's available? And I'm not going to say your name because I don't want to get banned on YouTube. No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Gibson would be sick in Edmonton and Carolina. Yeah, that's the dream. I just don't know, like I feel like at this point, Anaheim's looking at their team and they're like, we still need another 3 to 5 years before we're like actually competitive, because they have so many young guys, and I get it, like they're sick, but they're not ready to make a run within 2 years. I don't think they're ready, but I mean, who knows? Zegras can be an absolute stud and carry this team. Like, he is the highest touted prospect in the league right now. So Gibson on the Panthers. Yep. I'm predicting Laine goes to the Panthers, guys. No offense to Duclair or Verhaeghe, but I think him and Barkov would be sick together. Pasta scored. Yes, let's go. That's hype. And it's also not a surprise at all. So if you guys are curious to my projections, I just updated them today, and I just posted them over on our Patreon. But look who Mr. Number 1 is. Oh, it's kind of cut off a little bit, guys. Look who number 1 is. Mr. David Pasternak. All right. Poor Hart, yeah. But you got to feel for the Flyers right now. They have like 5,000 injuries. Pionk with 14 points on PP2, that's crazy. But I would say Winnipeg has been scoring like crazy, so that helps a ton, yeah. And Dubois is only going to help with that scoring too. So this division's just been like disgusting for hockey. Like, Like there's so many. I find so many players are gonna have super inflated stats this year because of this division. But who does Winnipeg have this week? Yeah, the Oilers and the Canucks. Like, I would hold Pionk this week and then maybe look to trade him next week after these matchups because that's very favorable. It's a beer league team. That Miller on Buffalo is worth keeping an eye on. I think he's 1% owned and has offensive talent. Yeah, he's from my hometown. He actually played high school hockey in my hometown. He didn't make AAA. Ended up playing high school for the worst team in my district, I would say, in my town, and then ended up playing in the OHL, which is crazy. And ended up playing in the end. Like, what a story that is. I mean, I guess I'm giving away where my hometown is, but that's fine. So yeah, he played for White Pines, which is the worst school in my district. Like when I played them in high school hockey, like they forfeited, I think, a couple of the games we played against them, and then grinded his way all the way up to the OHL level, and he ended up playing the NHL. Like crazy story. Oh yeah, we got the Zegras news in here. Pasta for my hat trick. Oh, you can't say that now, Jax. Crazy. I told Vinay that Pasternak's getting 2 tonight, and then John Moore is getting 1. Sell high on Barkov? Yeah, you can. I mean, Barkov's a top 25 player, so I mean, if you're traded him, you're looking to get like Eichel back, like someone in the top 10. Larkin or Dubois in a points league? Larkin for me. Thoughts on Brent Burns? Burns is a hold, guys. Like, he's a category machine. He blocks, hits, shoots, power play, plays 75 minutes a night. Beer league team, come on. Burakovsky or Kadri? Kadri long-term for me. I don't think Burakovsky holds on the first line. Where do you think Zegras will end up in the lineup? Yeah, Riley, I think Zegras is going to be... He's going to 100% go into the top 6. I think there's no doubt in my mind. I think he'll be on the first power play unit as well. My guess is right here. But people are saying that Steele, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but Zegras is a center, right? Or am I crazy? Okay, yeah, he is a center. So my guess is he plays with Heinen and Silverberg, but apparently Steele might have got moved to the wing, or Zegras is playing the wing, but... Man, his shot volume's up too, and he has like 29 shots in 8 games so far in the AHL. He's just been lighting it up. Vasha will eventually play Mantha and Zadina on Larkin's line. No, he won't, man. You know that's not going to happen. He's going to play like Abdelkader and Drew Miller. That's a deep one for the Wings fans in here. Jax, I'm not sure if you're a Wings fan, but that's a deep one. Drew Miller was like 25 years old with gray hair. Drop Cop for Nichas. Thoughts? Yep, you can do that. I like that. I went to school with Hoffman and Scheif. I don't know where they're from. I feel like they're from London. That's my guess. I have no idea where they're from. I know they both play in the OHL. Right? Scheifele was like really good in the OHL. Okay, now you're making me think. I'm not going to expose your hometown. People can look it up. No, I'll expose it. How did I spell his name wrong? Dude, legit the hardest last name to spell in the league. Oh, you're from Kitch? My girlfriend's from Kitch, but I mean I can't really get into that. Puljujärvi, Iafallo, or Nichas? Puljujärvi for me, guys. I think Puljujärvi's a stud. I would drop Cobb for Nichas, more likely for Iafallo. Provy getting a Hattie tonight. No, you're wrong. Yeah, I think Scheifele was sick in the O. Yeah, look at 41 points in playoffs. Sell high on Scheifele. Nope. Scheifele's not. Like, the thing is, guys, like, a sell high on Scheifele, you would be looking to get, like, a top 10 player back. Like, but, I mean, Scheifele, like, is potentially a top 10 player this year. Like, he's a really, 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 really good. So, I mean, you're trading Scheifele, like, you're looking for someone, like, really good back. Or even 2 pieces. Garland was dropping 129 in the Quebec League. Garland played in the Q. I've never looked into Garland. Like, I would love to look into that though. But man, everyone drops that much in the Q. Everyone lights up the QMJHL. Play for Moncton. Holy man. Look at the apples. Is he American? I never knew why players go from playing in like in the States and they come over to like the Quebec League. I never understood that. Was he drafted? Yeah, he was in the Q. Sixth round. Yeah, I think they draft like the American born players in assumption that they're not coming over to play in Canada. But no, Farabee scored, guys. No, I've been bashing on him. Mike Hoffman or Forsberg? Hoffman for me. It's close though. Actually, you know, Forsberg for me. I lied, Charlie. Would you trade Holland Eichel for McKinnon? Yeah, I would. McKinnon's a top 3 player. You think Hart's going to get lit up tonight? I mean, it's Boston, but my guess was 4-1 for the game. Barkov from Matt to Chuck. No. No, I would keep Barkov. That's really close, though. Shots, hits, and blocks league. Are the values 1, 1, and 1 for shots, hits, and blocks? Or is it like 0.1, 0.5, 0.3? Like, how does that work? Tribe? Taylor Hall for Barzal. Who wins? Barzal. Only thing I don't like about Scheifele is he doesn't shoot enough. Yeah, he does. You're right. If you can get Eichel for Scheifele, that's a good trade. And that's what I mean. Like, you got to trade for someone that's like top 10. Or I would consider Eichel like a top 10 player. I'm told from guys that are retired that Scheif had the best hands they've ever saw. Same with Hoff. Yeah, Scheifele's like his playmaking ability is just crazy, scary. Barzal, especially if you have Pims in your league. And someone in the stream last week had the best league of all time. It's like you get like 2 points per penalty minute, and he was telling me that like he had Fiala, and when he got suspended, like the 15 penalty minutes, because I think you get a 5 in a game, so 5 and 10. And he's like, yeah, he dropped 30 points, won me the week. It was so funny. Like, imagine drafting players and just hoping like they fight or they just like take dumb penalties. That's so funny. Time for Apex. Yeah, we're gonna be gaming in a little bit, guys. Maybe I should stream the games tonight. No video. Not streaming my video games yet. Got to come out of retirement first. Was front row at the game in Pittsburgh when they won the cup in 08. Come on, Jax. How did you get that? That was against the Red Wings, right? Like, that was like Lidstrom, Datsuk, Zetterberg, Bertuzzi, like Crosby, Malkin, not Ryan Whitney. That's crazy. Oh, sorry, Jax. Yeah, when Detroit won. Man. Have you ever been to the Joe Louis, Jax? Obviously. I went to the Joe Louis twice, and then I haven't been to Little Caesars, though, but I went to the Joe Louis against Anaheim and New Jersey. And the Anaheim game was a shootout, too, so I got to see Datsuk and shootout, which was cool. But that was like when I was like 14. Matthews or McKinnon in a points league? Probably Matthews. Really close, though. Matthews is like top 3 right now. Thoughts on Devin Tays? I like Tays. First pairing. Byram got sat last game, too. Byram and Timmins, so... What are your thoughts on Paul Stastny? In terms of what? Like his outlook rest of season? He's a competent like depth player on your league. More of a deeper league guy, I would say, but he's still an own. But I don't think he'll be top power play for the rest of the season. Panarin top 10. Yeah, I would say Panarin's a top 10 player. Or he like just cracks the top 10. It just depends on your league. We actually have Panarin 26, but this is going off of how's the weighting for this? Goals 6, assists 4. Yeah, just Panarin shot volume's not too high, but I also have Zib at 10, given last 2 years. So, oops. Eichel over who? Where was the Huberdeau? Oh, sorry, Martin. Yeah, Eichel over Huberdeau for me as well. Oshie Backstrom for Eichel. 100%. 100% if you can make that trade. Any rumors on D'Angelo trades? No. I feel like a team like New Jersey could pick him up maybe. But I just feel like teams don't want to affiliate themselves with him at all. Like, that's the thing, right? Where does the risk outweigh the reward, where it's like you have a guy that's going to be annoyed in the locker room and cause problems, but he also has skill, right? So risk reward. But I was told by a player in the OHL that he was the best player they've ever seen play, like best defenseman when he was in the OHL. He was with Sarnia for a bit, and then he came to the Greyhounds for like 20, 30 games. We traded for him, but he was so good in the OHL. Like, look at this season, man. He had 38, so he had like 90 points in 50 games on D. He was a Tampa pick, yeah. Poor guy just never got his attitude right. He was a really good player. I would say he's the best player that's ever gotten waived by a team. Realistically, like, if you're looking at him, like 53 points last year, 15 goals, lit it up in the power play, like, and he gets waived. Like, he might be the best player that's ever been waived. I don't know. That's just me. Hoffman or Gaudreau head to head? Gaudreau for me for sure. Where do you guys hear? Oh, I just made that up. Unless that's actually real. Is that real? I made that up. I just said that's what I think could be a trade. Don't tell me that that's actually happening. I'll go crazy. No. I think you have a typo. You got Mantha and Larkin on the same line. Jax, you probably like that one. Barkov for Landeskog? No, I keep Barkov. Man, I drafted D'Angelo. Great player. I drafted D'Angelo too, dude. So upset about that. Josh Hosang, James, that's a yeah. It's another one. So I would say the only difference, James, in my argument, but I 100% agree, is that I think Hosang wasn't proven in the NHL yet, where like D'Angelo's already found his footing and had like a few really good seasons under his belt, where like a lot of teams would have traded for him last year. But in terms of Hosang, like, he didn't really prove himself at an NHL level. And he's in the category with like Dylan Strome, like players like that kind of like were really high, but haven't really panned out. So, but I agree for sure. Duchesne or Arvidsson? Arvidsson for me. Duchesne's taking a step back. I don't know what's going on with him. He was skating with the top line, and then I put him in my video, and the next day he was skating on the second line. So I think they were watching me and just trying to make me look bad. That's my guess. Yeah, full line goal, for both sides. That Boston line is literally like they play in bantam hockey. Like, they literally treat it like the whole NHL is like bantam. It's crazy. What are you guys' thoughts on the Olympics? You guys excited about Team Canada, Team USA Olympics? Man, I was just talking to one of my good friends about it. We were kind of going through the rosters. It was so cool. Like, I think we're going to end up making either a podcast or a video about like our rosters that we come up with, and I'd love to hear like discussion from you guys in terms of where you would put players or who would you put in differently. But I think we might actually see the McDavid-McKinnon combo one time in our life. Like, it's crazy. It's been 12 years since we've seen an Olympics. 11 years, but it's going to be 12. Barkov or Stone? Stone for me. That's really close though. I think Stone's better long term, better team. Better line mate, way better line mates. Well, not way better, but good line mates. All right, guys. So been live for an hour 20. So I think I'm gonna head out. Been a very good stream. I love talking to you guys. Like, you guys are all awesome. Guys, if you're not in the Discord yet, definitely get in there. We have a couple questions about it. Go in the description, click the link tree. Should be able to find the Discord through there. Also, we have a Patreon available if you guys want to support us as content creators. If you want access to our premium tools, we have all of our projections. I just updated them today for everybody. So they're available on there. There's a few tiering systems. It's just a simple way to help support us. It does take a lot of work to make a lot of our videos and a lot of our content. But we definitely do it out of love for the game and love for, spreading our knowledge with everyone. So you guys will get access to all of our DraftKings stuff. And we also have an awesome trade analyzer that I didn't show off today. But I can show you guys how it works. You just type in the player's name on both sides, and it'll show you who the winner is. So it actually has Barkov over Stone, but I mean, it's by a fraction. And we have a custom one for you guys as well that you get access to. You guys change all the scoring on here. So you basically just type in, like, say goals are worth 5 in your league. You would just type in 5 here, and it would edit this, make adjustments. So that's all available over on our Patreon. This is available on the $8 tier as well as the $15 tier. And you guys get access to our Discord privileges as well. So we have Ray, Slurpee, Bry Guy. They're all Hall of Fame tier, so they get some privileges. We do have slow mode in some of our chats. Also, guys, follow us on Twitter at @fantasy_puck. We tweet pretty often. Any lineup changes, everything will be there. The Zegras news will be there. All available on our Twitter. Anyways, guys, appreciate you all for tuning in today. Leave a like, subscribe before you head out. Takes 2 seconds. 4-1 Bruins tonight. John Moore scoring. And look forward for a good video tomorrow. I'm really excited about this one. So it'll be posted sometime tomorrow. It'll be a little bit of a surprise. But take care, guys. It was good to